Joker hit line. Well, he went off. They were talking about some snow coming that they creating. Yeah, that ain't what we here talking about. I wanted to, huh? What is that? I want to do a little bill on today is Dr. Martin Luther King's Day, ain't it? Ain't it day Dr. Martin Luther King Day? I think they celebrate Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King today. Well, I wanted to show the family. In the house is a picture, right? That's what they call it, the birthday.
I say it's their birthday.
Who put this picture up right here?
Neil Martin, somebody, I don't know, somebody put it up there.
Did you meet him?
I don't think I did, boss.
Did Granddaddy meet him?
I can't say because I don't know. I ain't sure.
You're not sure? But he did come around here, though, didn't he? Did he come to this area? I was told he came to, I think, Edenton. He might have came to Hereford. Okay, so Granddaddy probably went, didn't he, right? All right, so. Now, I was also told that, you know the bridge over, what is it called, the S Bridge, that little drawbridge in Hereford? Do you remember the Civil Rights Movement? Do you recall it? My grandmother had the aluminum. They call it dementia, whatever, Alzheimer's. But I call it selective memory. Well, look how beautiful she is. Hey, Grandma, do you remember? So they say today Martin Luther King's birthday, right?
Who that?
I guess they say today is Martin Luther King's birthday or whatnot.
That's what they think about there.
No, the news not talking about it. I was saying that people were, I guess it's a holiday today.
Yeah.
Schools were closed on account of Martin Luther King's day. Do you?
I didn't go to work today.
You didn't go to work today?
No.
Oh, shoot. I did. I mean, you mean you ain't go to Hereford today?
That's right.
Yeah. I was just wondering, did you meet Martin Luther King? Did you get to meet him? See, well, basically, the bill that I wanted to do was related to the dream. Because it seems like, our country seems to emphasize the dream or a dream. Now, this has nothing to do with Dr. King as a person. I knew him. I did not know him as a person. There may be those still here. His family still here. Much love to you. Much love, to the movement. I wasn't personally here yet. The effects and the consequences, of choices that were made, we still having to overcome the concept of race, racism, segregation, things of this nature. Not necessarily segregation and forced segregation, yet the mental, the division. And, like I said, Martin Luther King had a dream, right? Well, check this out. Let's listen to them right quick. See? Synchronicity. Okay, let's listen.
Many of the city's leaders went to that ceremony.
They're talking about let's listen and play one song.
To one another and give back. They say it's one of the best ways to honor Dr. King's legacy.
Grandma said white and black, both them marching together.
That's what they plan on doing.
Where will we be without serving others? Where will we be? We have to be of service to others, to those of the least and those that need us.
After the ceremony this morning, everyone linked arms and marched to the Martin Luther King Memorial in Norfolk.
Coming up, we'll look at how President Trump spent the holiday and take a look back at how other presidents celebrated Dr. King. And an arrest made in a college student's
Okay.
death.
Now they celebrating Dr. King, so forth and so on. I was saying they say they celebrating Dr. King. So we celebrate Dr. King, right? Celebrate Dr. King. One love, come together, peace, so forth and so on. And yet, people are still afraid.
Go, boy, look out there. Coming down there.
People are still divided. I don't see no I don't see no togetherness for real on a day-to-day basis. All we doing is buying and selling. We together in commerce. We together in commerce. That's what we do together, commerce. I mean, we dress up on special days. Martin Luther King Day, his day. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's no criticism to him personally. Just to the emphasis. Because you had other people of different ethnicities, yet you're dealing with civil rights, right? Because we're dealing with Martin Luther King, he represented the civil rights movement, right? So, because he's the one that they put on the pedestal, right? He was the orator for the civil rights. So there's no attack against him. Yet what I'm saying is, what is civil rights? What is civil rights? The right to be civil? Huh? The right of citizens to a political what? To a political and social freedom? The right of citizens. What is a citizen? When did we become citizens? 13th Amendment? You sure? You sure? Hey, Grandma, did you ever go through a citizenship course or class? You're 95 years old, looking so beautiful. Did you ever go through a citizenship course or class?
No.
Me either. It's okay, though. We love, one love. She did. It's called divine citizenship. Because, see, civil rights and divine rights, civil rights is when we out and we marching for another being to give us the right, right? Divine right is the kingdom is within you and the Most High, the Creator. It comes from the Creator. Your right to rule and express comes to you from the Creator. So, in the sense of the King, they still talking about it. King was a dream, had a dream, right? And I know that's what they emphasized, the dream.
4 days. That's how long the controversy has been brewing over what
Turn it down,
President
man. See what
Trump
she's gonna
did not
Let's see what she's gonna
celebrate
say.
in Africa during an Oval Office meeting last week. And today, the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, the president facing accusations of racism. President Trump was back at his private golf club in Florida Monday for the third consecutive day. No public events on his schedule on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, despite last Friday urging Americans
to observe this day with acts of civic work and community service in honor of Dr. King's extraordinary life.
The president is under fire for his reported comments about Haiti, Africa, and where the U.S. should be admitting immigrants from. Democratic Congressman John Lewis on ABC on Sunday.
I think he is a racist.
I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed.
President Trump breaking with presidential tradition on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
See, beautiful, just in time, segue. Hey, look, so what is race? So this is a perfect example of what, this is just give thanks. So all this happens synchronistically. This is not a plan, yet it is a plan. It's the plan of the Most High. It's bigger than me, bigger than we. Hey, look, so you got the dream. You got race. Let's start with race. Let's start with the race. Let's start with the race, right? So the concept of race, black, white, because that's what we're dealing with, right? Black and white. When did it begin? Huh? Because when Columbus, right, sailed and arrived, When he got here, it was people here, different tribes. You dig it? So tribes, Columbus arrived with a bunch of tribes already here. So it was tribal recognition or national recognition. Then let's just fast forward. Like I was building yesterday with my family, with my uncle, in reference to, and another brother, in reference to how when the colonizers, because we starting with race, we dealing with race, when and segregation and Dr. King and the dream, right? So when the colonizers arrived, right, the indigenous tribes were already here doing their thing. So, process of time, the Virginia company set its thing up right around here. You know, maybe other parts, other nation states were vying for territory here or whatnot. Yet the Virginia colony or company right here. So, what they call Jamestown. So it jumped off where the first people that came over were indentured servants. Didn't matter the complexion. You came over and you worked. You worked. You got your bread, and boom. Okay, so that built up. An economy was forming. A colonized economy started being built up. Different people, from different ethnicities. Don't get it twisted. Different ethnicities coming together, working to build this economy. You know what I'm saying? Medium of exchange, so forth and so on. You got working in the tobacco fields, so forth and so on. The cotton and sending the cotton over there. They making the clothes and boom, 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 boom. Okay, so then you fast forward, and I guess the economy wasn't building up fast enough for them. The greed started to set in. So where it was already there when the paper bull Inter Caetera was issued, and you had ones prior to that, but the Inter Caetera and the doctrine of discovery and all these other, just check out those things. Well, anyway, so you got they come in and boom, you know, hey, well, this is our right to this land, you know, so forth and so on, blah, 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 blah. And you work, you get free. Make it simple. They said, look, the economy is beautiful. It's built up. You know what I'm saying? Yet, we the people, back then, you check it out, saw the underhandedness in terms of the money changers. The money changers. We saw the trickiness. We the people back then. And there's a little thing called Bacon's Rebellion. Check it out. Bacon's Rebellion. When the people uprose and rebelled against the establishment, if you want to put it that way. You know what I'm saying? The people that was openly back then, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have mediators and people to do their bidding for them. It was open. You saw who was who was against you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a system where you could condition people's minds at a young age and brainwash them and get them and train them to be mindless soldiers and go out and do some crazy. Nah, it won't. You saw, oh, it's you against me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. So Bacon's Rebellion. So after Bacon's Rebellion, basically they a process of time that got squashed. And, it's like, hey, we can't stand this. We can't take this. How we gonna take this? We can't take this hit like this. What we gonna do? We can't keep the indigenous. The indigenous, we can't keep them. They, you know what I'm saying? We can't use them. They know the trade routes and they won't stay. And every time we bring them over, it just won't, they're not strong enough. I'm just saying, they won't, you know what I mean? We need to do something. So, indentured servitude changed to chattel servitude, or chattel, what they call slavery. But how did it occur? Well, first of all, we create the concept, we invent, right? We invent this concept called white in terms of a status. We create this. And then, right? And then on top of that, we have to create the duality or the polarity. So everything black, right? Black is a status also. So everything black or dark, which is in the spectrum, becomes chattel property. The skin you in. So at that point, right, race was created. The division. So if I'm coming out my mom's womb just based off the color of my skin, or if I come to this country based off the color of my skin, boom, it's a wrap. Get down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I'm talking about 300 years ago, almost 400 years ago. I'm talking about present in this land right here. Huh? What? Since that occurred, not since the founding of Jamestown, since the switch and the race, the switch and bait, the race concept was created. You see what I'm saying? Where you create the concept of a race. And it's like, okay, you over here. What are we racing to? Hey, baby, gotta get there. Gotta race. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running, but you can't run away from yourself. 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 You must have done something wrong. Oh, what a disgrace to see the human race in this rat race. So look, the concept of race was created to divide us amongst each other. The schism was created, right? The caste, so it could last, which they call this 2018 on the scene. You just seen Trump. That man so mean. So it's like, what it is. So to Dr. King. So you got the concept of race, which once it's attached or applied to a people, you're conditioning the minds. You're creating trauma. Trauma generationally passed on. We're dealing with generational trauma. Our breathing is shallow. It happened generationally. So generationally, we're suffering from shallow breathing, from the whip being applied to the mother while the child is in the womb and other sisters and brothers watching. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's like I said, the color of the skin became the sin. The color of the skin became the sin. So you had this. First of all, they created the concept. They removed themselves from their national or tribal origin, right? Created this concept of race, right? So white. So basically, you step into this thing that this thought form that you create, and boom, you step into it and embody it. Now you white. So you create the status, and everything attached to white is right. You know what I mean? It's not, we spiritual beings, all of us, carbonated, no matter your complexion, even though we question some who may lack empathy or sympathy or compassion, it ain't lasting. You finna be out of here. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, so, the complexion it became the sin, right? The complexion became the sin. So it's like now we're here in 2018, still having the same conversations, still the same pressures. So if you attach yourself to the labels that are applied, either white or black, right? You can be emotionally triggered. You can be triggered and used. You really, and basically, you're a utility for the beast, for the system, for this energy that seeks to suck and feed off the energy of us, the people, right? So it's like okay, if I consider myself, black, right, and I'm emotionally attached to the label, right, not recognizing that I'm a spiritual being, right, on an infinite journey, right. So it's like beautiful. So but I emotionally attached to just this identity of black, even though if I look at it abstractly, right? Same thing with white. I could say I'm right. I could say I'm superior. You know what I mean? Because that's the caste. I could say, because I'm white, I'm superior to another. And basically, so back then they created, and that's where the schism was created. So you have those who think they're superior, then they teach those others that they are inferior. So you have a serious thing going on here. Just a bunch of emotional games. I'm talking about in terms of the chessboard that was created, or in terms of the chessboard they playing on. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like it's they don't care. Like, it's like a Democrat or Republican in terms of black and white. It's a duality. So you got this Democrat, Republican to a banker. What does a banker care about a Democrat or Republican? If I'm the banker, what do I care about politics, baby? What really? What do I care about the law? As Mayor Amstel Rothschild said. Huh? I'm saying, seriously. For real now. So Dr. King in a dream, because this is for Dr. King in a dream, right? Because he was a reverend. So, because there's a lot we can go into. I just want to stay on Dr. King since they're emphasizing Dr. King this day. He was a reverend, right? So he went around preaching in the churches. Sure, he read the Bible. I'm sure he read the Bible, right? If I recall, I read the Bible, right, numerous times. If I recall, it's a difference between a dream and a vision. And that's why I like to ask, do they emphasize Dr. King on the fact that I have a dream speech? Because I was told that when he was up there at the podium, he wasn't really talking about that. It was a sister behind him, Mahalia or something, and she was like, tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream. I think he did that sermon around often, and when he was, preachers go around different churches preaching and all that. I think he did. I don't know, but I think he did that. And she was like, tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream. So he was, he was in his flow, and I have a dream. I have a dream that one day people will recognize that is within them. I have a dream. No, you know what? I've recognized that my dreaming is what I need not do. I've recognized that it's a difference between a dream and a vision. If Martin would come back, I think Brother Martin would tell us that there's a difference between a dream and a vision. And that, as the Bible says in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1, behold, beware of the dreamer, for if a prophet or a man cometh unto you, dreamer of dreams, and will lead you to worship the idols or the gods of the other nations, follow and believe him not. For without a vision, the people perish. Without a vision, the people perish. And for lack of knowledge, the people perish. So, what I would say to my fellow brothers and sisters of humanity, it is utter insanity for us to not follow the dream of 13. Keep it 13 and follow the dream. Follow the vision and make a decision. You see what I'm saying? It's about service. It's about humility. You know what I'm saying? Yet the vision is a goal. Because it's a difference between a dream and a vision. You see what I'm saying? Dr. King is speaking through me right now. Give thanks, Dr. King. It's a difference between a dream and a vision. A dream is something that happens while you are asleep, right? You're asleep. That's when dreams occur. A vision is something that occurs when you are awake. So a dream happens when you're unconscious, and a vision occurs when you're conscious. So that's the dream, and that's the vision. We should have a vision. Without for lack of vision, if we got vision, as long as we can see clearly, breathe mindfully. Mindful breathing allows clear vision, allows for clear vision, a solution to the pollution. So, like I said, the civil rights, I feel personally, was a setup. We were, people were co-opted. You know what I'm saying? Like you can check a previous video I did. Segregation, it was forced. So it's not about communing with other ethnicities. We've been doing that since different ethnicities been here. You know what I'm saying? You got circumnavigated the globe. Tribes just been mingling. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can go back. I mean, come on, man. You can talk that. The vision talk is one breath. If you're a being that, and you're a being here and you don't need to breathe, man, come on, man. Find me. Wow. I mean, seriously, if you don't need to breathe, and you can, you can express, like, you can hold a phone, you urinate or defecate. Come on, man. Wow. So, what's the vision? We should make a decision about our vision. I feel Dr. King would want us, right before he passed, he said, the dream, I was told, the dream that I have had become a nightmare. You don't tell us, don't emphasize that. I won't talk about that. I won't talk about that. When he said his dream has become a nightmare. So evidently he realized something before he passed. What was that he realized before he passed? Now, let's not start a schism of conversations about that. Let's just know that with the vision, we can make proper decisions. And breathing mindfully allows a clear vision to make a proper decision. Illusions, man. Illusions. There's a difference between divine rights and civil rights. I ain't talking about human rights either. Divine rights and civil rights. And you can look it up. It says divine rights. If you look it up, it may attribute it to kings and monarchs. They feel they're the only ones, and those who call themselves kings and monarchs have the divine right to rule. Yet, so, hold on, this just came. So, what's an unalienable right in reference to a divine right? Is that just a whole different type of right? You know what I'm saying? Because how I see it, divine right comes from the creator, right? Even though they use the word God, the creator of you, we, and me. Huh? So, the administrators of the breath, the administrator of the intelligence, which is the breath, So Divine right is within. You know? Comes from within. The kingdom. 4. If they say unto you, lo here, lo there, look over here, look over there. The kingdom is over here. The kingdom is over there. Believe them not. For the kingdom of God is within you. Thank you, Dr. King. I think we woke now. We can start having a proper vision so we can make clear decisions. That's it. See, I don't even want... You know what got me doing this? You know what got me doing this? Somebody said, man, boy, you play with that joker. Look, man, they playing. You gonna play with the weather? Manipulate the weather? And think that's clever? Huh? You playing with the children's future? What? And think we're gonna sit back and just sit quiet? Even if what? Something pop off, the pop off with the pop off? 100 million more gonna rise with a louder voice than I got. I'm talking about louder. Louder. Woo! Ain't no stopping it. We here now. This is what we came here for. You know that's what we came here for. This is what we came here for. This is nothing. This is light work. This is light work. This is light work. We have to clean ourselves up so we can clean this up. We got to clean ourselves up so we can clean this up. Can't fight this outside. We got to go inside first. Ain't no sense in rehearsing it. Hey, let me show y'all something, man. This beautiful lady. Well, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? We're gonna forward it like that. Grandma, you got anything you want to say to the people before we go? Can you say one love? Can you say one love? Just put your one and say love.
Lada, take care of you very much for helping us out. Thank you.
You've done a lot for us. Thank you. Thank you for helping us out. Because, hey, it is what it is. One love, you know? Spontaneity, let spontaneity be your variety. Huh? Talk to me. One love.